Jasmyne and Vince.
The JasVynce Show.
The JasVynce.
Ooh, we missed y'all. We missed y'all. What's happening? Welcome back to a brand new episode of The JasVynce Show.
I'm Jazz.
And I'm Vince, and we have been missing talking about Married at First Sight for a little bit.
We had a week off.
We had just a kind of a little bit of a week off. Last week was Kevin Frazier's recap of the halfway mark, which I thought was pretty cool. We got to see some different points and, people's advice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I didn't really get too much from the episode because I feel like everybody was a little bit fed up.
Page.
Everybody's fed up. Everybody's fed up with this season.
Yeah.
And we'll talk more about that. But we are on episode, I believe, either 12 or 13.
I have no clue.
I lost count now. I don't even know the name of the episode at this point. But it is 20 days till decision day. Last we checked on the couples, it was their 1 month anniversary of them being a married couple and stuff like that. And I also have to acknowledge it is coming up on the 1 year anniversary as of tomorrow that me and my beautiful baby are now engaged. Very excited about that. I had to throw that in there.
I'm just excited for the wedding.
Yes, very, very much looking forward to our own wedding. We won't be getting married at first sight. Obviously, we've seen each other.
It will be the first time I see you that day.
We'll be getting married at that. All right, that's enough about us. But you can tune in onto our proposal videos or our marriage stuff after this video. But let's get into it. Let's talk about these couples. We didn't get to see too much, but different ranges of emotions this time around. Let's start with Katina and Olajuwon today. Let's start with Katina and Olajuwon, who I didn't get much from them. Their situation hasn't changed a lot. She's still kind of upset about his tone, I guess.
Yeah, his tone in regards to her having the app on the phone.
Yeah. She's still mad
Did
about
I
him being
misunderstood
mad.
that the app wasn't logged in?
All right, so
is that what I heard?
This is a good point. This is a good point that that she made in this episode. I was thinking maybe he looked through some messages. Maybe he's seen some old stuff.
Right, that's what I was expecting. Right,
or something like that. According to Katina, whatever app was only open to the login page. So my brother Olajuwon,
either she signed out of it. Which I doubt.
He could think that maybe, she's trying to hide.
That's what he would do.
She's trying to hide stuff. You know what I'm saying? She's a smart girl, I know she could do. Like, you're supposed to, like, my baby is very intelligent, but I would hope that she uses her powers for good and not to try to deceive me to talk to people. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I would hope that Katina does the same thing. So, my brother Olajuwon, I had to think to myself, if she has an iPhone, if you were to type in, like, you would have to know where somebody's apps
to go to like your search bar.
You would have to know where somebody's apps are to find these apps. So you had to either be scrolling through all of them and say, "Oh, what's that?" And maybe it was
That's true, because every time you say, "Oh yeah, can you do this on my phone?" I'm like, what page is it on?
Maybe
you have a million apps.
Or maybe he typed into the search bar on her iPhone to see if their app was there. And if you type into the search bar on iPhone, an app is going to come up whether it's in the phone or not. And if it was in the phone previously, the second you tap on it, it is going to download that application to your phone. And if you were to open that application, it's going to say, "Hey, haven't had this app on your phone in a while. You want to log in?" So I'm hoping that is not what took place.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's possible that would have been taking place, but Elijah.
But also, she did say, like, if she was trying to be schemy or something, why would she give him the phone? And that's the first thing. I remember, being younger. And, you might ask somebody, "Oh, yeah, can I see your phone?" And usually when the person you're with start acting shifty or, "Oh, 1 second," like, that's when something is on the phone that you don't need to know about. That he don't want you to know. Yeah, 1 second, 1 second. No. If I say, "Oh, I need to use your phone," it should just be
right now.
There you go. Now, we're not,
right now.
We don't go through each other's phones. Different strokes for different folks.
It's like we do, but it don't.
You go through, like, my pictures to send stuff to yourself. Yeah, but
same.
But that's just,
That's about it. I didn't get much from them, again, like I said, but the highlight of Katina and Olajuwon
is her falling out that chair.
That was pretty good. We'll talk about that in a second too. But they got to speak to their friends or family members, I guess, to try to get some clarity on how the process has been going.
He spoke to his coach.
He spoke to his old football coach, right?
I think so.
Old football coach. A quote that I had to write down: "Play with emotion. Don't let emotion play with you." This is in reference to Olajuwon being in a relationship and also using the tactics that he learned from football. Obviously, you gotta fight, you gotta turn it on. But if something upsets you in sports, you don't let it, you don't take it out on the court. You don't take it out on the field. You don't like have a tantrum about things. I think the term in basketball is next possession attitude. Like, all right, I got the ball back. It's time to get it. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
Don't dwell on the past. How you feel about that?
I liked it. I thought it was good, but I also feel like I'm sick of seeing these people go get advice from their friends and family, but they tell half the story.
Yeah.
Like you said,
we'll talk about that
I was
too.
Passionate. No, you was disrespectful is what you were.
Yeah.
Like, let's be clear.
So
and also Katina went to go talk to
talk about
Mike and Jasmina, and I thought it was interesting that Mike was so receptive, and it makes me wonder if Jasmine wasn't so magoo. I don't know what the word is. I don't know, just shifty and weird. I feel like he can communicate well.
Okay, yeah.
Based off of that, and then he went to go talk to Olajuwon and was like, "Hey, like, do you want to talk about it?" And he clearly didn't want to talk about it.
Come on, brothers, get it together.
He was like, "I said what I said."
Talk about your problems, man.
On.
Talk it out. Even if the person has differing views, you can get something from somebody. You know,
I feel like Olajuwon, and especially with the preview for next week, nobody could tell him nothing about himself. That's what I'm getting.
Nobody.
That's what I'm getting. So when Katina finally will tell him off, he's going to be in his feelings.
I agree. So it is unfortunate that, next week we do get to see. Wait, why did she fall out her chair real quick?
Oh, she was talking to her friend Yalitza.
Yeah.
And I guess they were saying bye or something.
It was weird. It was a weird interaction.
I don't know. The chair went over and she was on the ground.
A joke was made and she was on the floor.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
It was funny.
But yeah, next week we do get to see a little taste of Olajuwon not learning anything from Dr. Peppers, apparently. Quote, "Dr. Peppers didn't help me. Not at all." That was the quote that he said.
Dr. Pepper in the back to my keep talking, Elijah.
Heard all that, boy.
What's up?
What you gotta say? But we'll save that for next week. Looking forward to seeing how that conversation turns out. We started talking about Jazmina and Michael, who I thought were gonna be a little bit more boring this episode, but they've been working on their issues. It seems like they're vibing a little bit more.
They do seem like they're vibing
right?
to me.
Right?
Yeah.
I say that. I feel like I say that every week, but it's getting better. Every
but
week.
it's like that. Sometimes you need that learning curve to get past how people present in the beginning, because you met somebody that you like, oh, I didn't like you in the beginning, and then you like talk to them and get to know them, and you're like, oh, they're cool. So I think that's what's happening.
Seems to be working. Michael got to talk to one of his sisters, the one that he asked for advice, apparently, Claire.
Chloe.
So
he ain't got no sister named Chloe.
My notes are far away. My notes are very far away. Claire is what it says. While Jasmine was talking to her friend or family member, they both.
Oh, she's talking to her mom.
Wow! I missed that completely. They both did say that they felt like they were both on the same page though. So that's even more of like they're completely separate, but they're saying the exact same thing. Yeah, it's very reassuring. And they went for a driving test. I thought that was interesting.
It wasn't a driving test. He was trying to teach her how to drive, and she was hitting the cones. He said, "You didn't kill somebody." Like, I'm just like, this is funny, but it also, I don't know if you ever been in a car with somebody that's learned how to drive. So
she from Boston?
Yeah, I think so.
I guess maybe they got the city situation.
Yeah, you don't have to drive necessarily.
She didn't know what the gas was. That kind of.
She said, "Where is the gas?" is what she said. But I think she was saying it like, you know how you be trying to hit something and you don't feel it? That's what I was thinking.
50% chance. 50% chance. That scared me a little bit.
The dog looked scared.
But yeah, I think he had the dog in the back. I hope she did okay on her driving test. And I like that they were dancing in the kitchen at one point later in the evening. Yeah. I thought that's really
your
cute.
Favorite thing.
It's really cute to see them, interacting. I don't have nothing else about Jasmine and Michael. I'm looking forward to good ratings.
I'm concerned though, because next week it might have been the edit, but it looked like she was telling her mom, "Yeah, I haven't developed feelings yet." And I'm like, I think she has an affinity for him now. Like, she likes who he is as a person, but it may not be like, I don't know if it's ever gonna be romantic for her.
I hear you.
And Claire told Mike, I mean, jump it, like, try something. Maybe not the whole thing, but like, kiss her or do something.
You gotta shoot, bruh.
Because women like to be approached. Wooed. We don't like to. Well, I personally don't like to make the first move. So you'll find out real quick if she not feeling you. So,
and I think he has been a little bit more assertive. You can attribute that to him saying out loud, "I feel like I know her a little bit better now," so it's less awkward. So that's good. That's good. Let us know how you feel about Jasmina and Michael in the comments, because I'm interested to see how other people feel about them. Let's talk about some drama. Just a little bit of drama. She's still talking about this damn job. Now, Noi, I have to say,
they literally have no storyline.
Noi is, and people on Twitter are starting to realize it. I have my own language, as Jasmine knows. Noi is actually Noi, and Noi is becoming.
She's annoying.
It's an abbreviation for annoying. She's very, very annoying, and I've been calling people Noi before. Jazz is really Noi, right? I've been calling people Noi before I knew who Noi was, but Noi is showing us who Noi really is right now.
Noi is a half storyteller. Queen half storyteller.
Queen half story.
She went in there and told Sriracha, "Oh yeah, all of what was she telling him?"
Oh, let's wait for Sriracha. Yeah, I first I did want to say I wasn't feeling how she came in and was like trying to take stabs at Steve and the dog for sleeping in, which we still don't know what time.
I didn't appreciate that.
We don't know what time it was.
They're lazy. They are in the bed still.
Going down for their midday nap.
To work.
I'm coming from work.
Oh, coming from work.
Yeah, I've been working this whole time.
Well, at least he left the dog in the bed on the end. That's an improvement.
Yep. So she's like, I'm out here working and y'all going down for your midday nap. I wasn't feeling that. It was given, it was just given like, yo, what are you trying to do? You're trying to start an argument, it seems like. I wasn't feeling that one bit. And now she don't want to split up the housework. She
kept basically saying, he's like, yeah, so I can clean one bathroom, you can clean the other one. She was like, yeah, you can kiss my ass. I'm just wild. Like, don't say that to your husband.
Wild.
One.
That's wild.
Two, I think that she thinks that because she basically switched. She's the opposite of Olajuwon almost. She switched back to the 1950s. She's like, well, I'm going to make the money I'm working, so you have to do everything in the house. It's basically what she's saying without directly saying it.
Jazz said she thinks he's a broke boy, Steve Jobless. So you gotta handle all these chores and stuff while I'm out here making the bread. All right, that's what you got.
But he said he was contributing. He said he was contributing more. Yeah. But I'm not sure if he meant financially or if he meant because the apartments they get in the beginning, they don't pay for it. The show pays for it, right? I
believe so. And that adds an extra problem for me specifically because the whole idea of the experiment is to get into the feeling of marriage and to try to work through your issues. Even though decision day exists, you want to look past that, right? Ideally. Now she talk about she not even trying to move in together after decision day. What's up, Noi?
Yes.
What's up?
He was like, you don't want to be married.
He's like, girl, what you doing?
But then she explains to, who was she talking to? She was talking to Sriracha?
She was talking to Sriracha. I did want to make a point that because I just think it's hilarious that this is in there. I was just like, maybe is it possible that Noi is significantly more Asian than Steve? Because like she's very intent on you have to do this, you have to have the job, you have to, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it was the way that she was raised.
I mean, I think, well, we were discussing it a little bit last night, and I think that some people live in 9 to 5. Mm-hmm. They equate your value and what you can bring to something based on your job.
Agree.
And there's so many different ways to make money. Like, you can freelance. You can
so
be a 1099 boy.
You can live out your van for months.
Right. Like, there's so many options. It's not like one way, especially now in this day and age. You got digital nomads. You have all different types of ways to make money, but there's clear that there's still no transparency about how he's making money,
Yes.
how much he has saved, and then on the freaking after party, sorry, Keisha.
You skipping ahead a lot. I'm
sorry.
I'm trying to get Johnny off the screen now.
Okay,
go ahead.
Johnny off the screen.
I was trying to ask the people how do y'all feel? Do you think Noi and Johnny should have been matched? That was a quick question. How do you feel about that existing? Let us know in the comments. Do you think Johnny would have been a better match because he definitely had a job and was more like assertive about certain things, but was just looking for somebody to be. I don't know.
I don't think so, but you got to remember, Noi has moved to multiple places for a man.
It's true.
So I feel like she originally was presenting the energy like I'm gonna, like she would fall in love with anybody. That's what I was getting from the jump.
That's what I'm saying. So you think, the fact that Johnny knew his wife, if it was just some random chick that was also still excited to be around him,
maybe. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't like Johnny. So
let us know in the comments. But he, you know what I'm saying? Anywho, Noi, you're lucky. You're lucky you got Sriracha on your side because that's all the people really wanted to see. Shout out to Sriracha. Brought the extra spice and all the facial expressions, face journeys, if you will.
Yes.
Many face that took place. People on Twitter did not necessarily agree with everything Sriracha was saying in the moment, mainly because
Noi is a half storyteller.
Noi was providing only 50% of the information. I pay all the bills. I be taking out this. I'll be doing. That's also something that Bao did last season at one point, right? I'll be making gourmet meals.
Gourmet.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
That was this part where he was like,
lying. What are you talking about? She's telling half the story. And as Jazz, now what you were hinting at, that we did actually get to watch an after party when Keisha
said, Noi, how much money? Give me the number that Steve would have to say for you to feel comfortable with him not getting a job right now. And I felt like she had to just throw this number out because it's not enough. She said 40,000. I'm like, 40,000 is not a salary for a year.
40,000.
Just 40,000?
Now I would love to have an extra 40,000 laying around because
if you told me I don't want to work for the foreseeable future. Say you didn't give me a date. I'm expecting you to have 6 figures saved. Unless you said, "Oh, I'm not planning on
Makes
working."
sense.
If you said, I don't want to work for the next year. I want to work on side projects. 40,000, yes.
It's not enough.
I still don't think it's enough, but I think it's doable.
It's not enough.
But if he got 40,000 saved up and he's like, yeah, I'm not trying to work for at least the next 6 months, that's doable.
It's not enough.
I don't know how much it costs to live in Boston. I live in LA, but that's doable to me. And it's 2 people working. It's not just one person.
It's not enough.
You always gonna say it's not enough.
It's not enough.
If it's not $1 billion, it's not enough for Vince to stop working.
Thank you. It's not enough. Thank you, Sriracha, for providing some very good facial reactions for us because I really feel like all the facial expressions that Sriracha made was just how everybody feels watching this entire season. Specifically, all the foolishness that Noi is doing. But we understand you're on Noi's side.
But also, she didn't tell Steve, I don't want to move in because I moved to Boston for a man and moved in together.
Steve doesn't know this at all?
He doesn't know it. That's an issue. She said it on the after party that Keisha was like, so you don't want to move in? And then she was like, well, did you tell him that? And she was like, no. I'm like, what is happening here?
That on top of the I'm shaky because you ain't got no job thing are a huge problem.
But it feels like neither one of them are fully communicating what the other person needs to hear.
And this is what marriage is about. You got to figure out how to communicate these things.
They're giving me, well, she is more than Steve, is giving, you know how when you first start dating somebody and you don't want to disclose something that might turn them off? Mm-hmm. That's what it's giving. Mm-hmm. Don't do that.
I'm not doing nothing.
You knew I was crazy from the jump.
I
knew you was crazy too.
Wasn't all the way sure, but we definitely made it known to each other. Let us move on to this last couple. Lindsay, the only person more Noi than Noi in this episode somehow. And Mark the Shark, who I finally figured out why he's got to be called Mark the Shark.
Why?
Because he only eats meat, clearly. He's a carnivore. There's no fruit or vegetables in his diet whatsoever.
I was very concerned.
Because I thought it was, maybe it's his attitude. Again, he's that guy. He's the outwardly. But next to Lindsay, he is Mark the Fish, as they said.
Man, listen. I am very concerned about this man. He reminds me of quite a few people I know that go to the gym, that work out and all that stuff, and then just don't eat no vegetables. Not a fruit, not a vegetable. He don't like squash. He don't like, she was, in his defense, she was asking about random fruits and vegetables that people give him a bell pepper or something.
He wasn't feeling none of that stuff. No, I'm good. She had him try some food. He was like, I'm cool with this chicken fingers. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so in his defense, them chicken fingers look bomb.
They look like some good fingers. But he knew that.
She was eating like curry something. I don't like curry either,
different.
So I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't eat that either.
He dipped his fry. Give him some points for that. He didn't care about that whatsoever. He knows what he likes. But, sir, grown-ass man,
you need some vegetables.
Get some vegetables in your life, man. What's happening? You'll feel better for it. I promise you. Only thing I have to say about Lindsay and Mark, because we do got to wrap up. We hate the dramatics. We wasn't feeling the dramatics at all.
I felt that the shark family cat photo shoot was a stupid idea.
It was very stupid. Right before that, I can't remember what the situation was. What were they arguing about right before that she got upset? She said something like, "Oh, I don't know what we're even doing here. He's no friend of mine." I'm like, "What are you talking about?
You sound like a kindergartner.
Stop it, Lindsay, right now."
First of all, they was arguing. Well, she was arguing more so. And the photographer, everything okay? I'm like, please tip this lady because this is too much foolishness.
In the comments, I need to know. This is the biggest question I had all night. What was the photographer doing while they were arguing? Was she standing directly outside of the door like, are they done yet? Was she looking through the pictures that she took already like, nah, this is good? Was she standing there waiting for producer Crystal or somebody to be like, all right, now you can go back in? Like, what was she doing? Because she was like, I'll be right back. And then they had a heated argument. She changed clothes like 3 times. There was cats just walk
the cat,
and then when they got quiet, she walked in with her camera like, "Yo, we ready to keep this thing going?" And Lindsay absolutely wasn't with it. So I do appreciate that Mark just had to sit there stupid, looking like Dr. Evil.
Well, but at the end of the day,
with the cats,
he took one for the team, in my opinion, because Lindsay had set up that photo shoot, which was a stupid idea. I would never do anything like that, just so you know.
Yep.
And she paid the lady to come. That was a wedding photographer at that.
That was dope. I thought that was dope.
She paid the lady to come take pictures of them as a cat family. And then Lindsay's like, yeah, I'm not doing it. So
don't do that.
Don't waste the lady's time.
Don't waste the lady's time.
And you already paid for it.
Don't pay for somebody and then have me sitting here looking stupid with a bunch of cats. And then also she had to step outside for a good amount of time for them to get their stuff and then help her with it was too much.
It was just too much. Nothing in their house.
It was too much, but tip that lady, please. Make sure she gets a tip. But that is all I have. I wasn't feeling the dramatics. I'm glad Mark did his thing.
I kind of miss Chris.
I'm glad. Interesting. I'm glad that that Lindsay actually did end up taking some pictures because that'd have been hella stupid to not do that.
They just are not. This whole season is a flop. I might take next season off.
We will see.
Well, next season is San Diego, so I lied.
We will see. Let us discuss these ratings. Folks, if you've been watching our channel, please appreciate you for watching our channel this whole time. We always rate the couples 1 through 10. Nobody gets a 10, so they both say yes on decision day. It's not looking like it might happen this season. We'll see. Starting with Katina and Olajuwon, they've received a 5 from us last week. That is the lowest score they've gotten from us. Where are they at this week?
As a couple, they did. Oh, we forgot about the Derek Jackson moment.
Oh, with Katina and Elijah. Well, let's talk about it real quick while we're giving them their rating.
She had her scarf on. It was a Derek Jackson moment. Yeah, we worked it out, guys.
I was like, for people that don't know who Derek Jackson is, popular YouTuber, I guess.
That
was
always tells what women should do and what men should do in relationships, and was caught cheating on his wife.
Went viral recently, holding his wife hostage by
with a bonnet on her head on freaking YouTube.
Wait, did we not still?
I'm pretty sure we did it. Yeah.
I don't know if I still have that.
With a bonnet on her head on YouTube to make a video. I was like, that is off.
I don't know if I still have that picture of Chris and Paige from a few years back. But anywho, Katina and Olajuwon, are we giving them higher than 5 this time?
They a 6. They loving each other.
At least we'll give them that.
I don't really care for it.
Lindsay and Mark have received consecutive 6s from us the last couple weeks. Would you
say?
They
a 4.
Damn.
They about to be a 0 soon.
Give us these ratings in the chat. Let us know if we're being too nice or if we're accurate. Thank you to everybody that's given us ratings in the past. Noy and Steve received 3 straight 7.5s from us. I don't know if they
back
that.
at a 6.
I don't know if they earned that this time. I agree with a 6. We'll give them a 6 for this week. They got some communication things, very simple conversations that they're having with other people
that they can't have with each other.
And everybody on Twitter was saying the same thing. Noy, tell this to your husband. Not Sriracha, your husband.
Unless you want to be married to your brother, sister.
You know what I'm saying?
/ sister.
If you want facial expressions, give it to Sriracha.
Right.
If you want to work on your marriage, tell Steve something. That's it.
But also, rule number 1, ladies, don't tell your friends, family, none of that stuff. Oh yeah, he ain't got no job. Don't say that. Because that's all they're going to know.
It's not going to turn out super, super well. Last couple is Jasmina and Michael, who got a 7 from us a couple weeks ago. I think that was their highest score. They got a 9 at some point. But how are we feeling this week?
I think the 7 is still fine.
I think
it's kind of neutral. Like they're definitely improving, but I'm not seeing the romantic spark. Yeah. So romantic spark is required to want to stay married to somebody.
It's what they need to absolutely work on. Jasmine and Michael have somehow become the strongest couple this week. We'll see if they continue.
I thought they were going to be the strongest from the beginning, actually.
We will see. We will see if they continue. Folks, that is all I have. Please make sure that you
like, comment, and subscribe.
Please drop them comments. Let us know how you feel about the ratings. Just random shout out to Ecamm, which is the program that I use to do our show. They sent me this cool Ecamm fam hat that wouldn't stay on my head the whole time, and this shirt that I really like. I really like how this looks. I like this.
You
fit.
Look nice.
Oh, thank you, baby. Appreciate that. But yeah, hit us up on the Twitters, the Instagrams. We appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire episode. Of course, like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. But we will see you next time on a brand new episode of The JasVynce Show. Peace. Watch our proposal videos.
Jasmine and Vince.
The JasVynce Show.